completion of the census and the delimitation are two very critical issues, because they have a bearing, a political issue, but even if you are slightly pushing it away till the building of the trust, but you have to do this, because that is the way. If your census comes out and then you know that, okay, this actual census comes out and then you say, okay, there is a very large illegal immigration, or there is no illegal immigration, or the illegal immigration only 2,000 or 3,000, then it's not a major factor. If it illegal immigration runs into lakhs, it's a problem. So if you don't have the facts, then it's again rumor mongering and narratives by various people, then becomes the tail on which you are. And I mentioned again other issues, like I mentioned the district formation and re-district formation are all issues that can again create problems, which you don't want that to happen. So you have to keep that in the back of your mind, and let us try and it's only let me tell you, nobody from outside is going to solve your problem in Manipur. They will solve your problem in terms of giving you what we call as the background and the background support. But your problem has to be solved by the people of Manipur themselves. By everybody. Insecurity is there. I mean, I've always talked about, from my 2012 thing, I've talked about how the insecurity is there. And the insecurity is Maithis feel insecure, the Nagas feel insecure, the Kukis feel insecure, everybody feels insecure, and that's why you have all these issues which come up. But you have to address all those issues. If you keep pushing all the issues down, we'll discuss it later, we'll do it later, then you run into some problems at one point of time. And I think that is very, very critical for us to be able to take that issue. And from the Government of India, I really want the point is that the Government of India has to realize that this is not just an issue of Manipur, it's a national security issue. The drugs coming into India is a national problem. It's not a problem of Manipur alone. The figures that have been given to me by very authoritative sources is that the consumption of drugs in India today is 1 ton per day in India. Consumption. Earlier, we used to be a transit point and the drugs would go out to other countries in the world. Today, we are consuming 1 ton per day. And we are seizing 3% of the drugs, which when you hear a seizure and say 5,000 crores, 6,000 crores, the total seizures is 60,000 crores. That 60,000 crores is 3% of the total which is coming into India. So you can imagine the problem it is there. And it's not just a Manipur problem. It's a problem in Punjab. It's a problem in Kerala, because outside high schools in Kerala and schools in Kerala, drugs are being sold. And they are coming from the Golden Triangle the other way. It is a major problem. And for the DG, NCB and others, it's a major problem. So we can't afford to be slack on this. It's a border. You've got Myanmar and you've got China. Many of the Chinese, the drug rings within Myanmar are all controlled by Chinese warlords. So if you leave your border vulnerable, they'll take full advantage of it. Therefore, it's very, very critical for us to ensure that this is stopped and this is sort of tackled on a top priority. It's not a cookie problem, it's not a Methye problem, it's not a thing. It's a national problem. It's a national security problem in many cases. And that is what is essential. And let's close with just the point that all of you, especially all of you in civil society who are in dealing with at all your levels, please reach out to your counterparts, to your friends, to your relations, to your any colleagues and so on and so forth, to get them to start interacting more and more with each other. We need that, what I call as the socialization of different communities in Manipur to increase dramatically. You cannot live isolated in pockets and then hope that problem will not be there. We have to understand each other. We have to live together. We have to solve our problems together. I think that's really my message to you. Thank you.